Welcome to the organization branding page, and I like starting there because the word branding can sound a little cosmetic, a little extra, like something you get to after the real work is done. But on this page, it's really about ownership. Compliance is serious business. No getting around that. You're dealing with readiness, controls, evidence, policy work, deadlines, and all the things that can make a platform feel, well, like a generic government form somebody forgot to make human. But your workspace doesn't have to feel that way. This page is all about making the environment feel like it belongs to your organization, not somebody else's template, not a borrowed look and feel, yours. And that matters more than people sometimes think. When teams log in every day to work through compliance, they're not just checking boxes. They're moving through a journey from foundation to audit ready, from onboarding to controls, documents, evidence, POA&M work, and all the rest. So the workspace they do that in should reflect who they are. I mean, if you're going to ask people to spend real time in a system, helping them feel oriented and at home is not some tiny detail. It sets the tone. It says, this is your compliance command center. This is your dashboard. This is your journey. On the settings side of the platform, branding has its own place. You can upload a logo, adjust how that logo appears, and shape the site identity so it's consistent with the organization using it. That may sound simple, and actually, that's the point. It should be simple. Because the goal here is not to turn compliance into a design project. That's a terrible analogy. Let me try again. The goal is not decoration for decoration's sake. The goal is to remove that off the shelf feeling and replace it with a workspace that feels intentional. There's something practical in that too. When the platform reflects your organization, people know where they are. They recognize the environment. It feels connected to the rest of your internal systems and communication. And even in a very structured process, that little bit of familiarity can reduce friction. So, yes, compliance remains the mission. The controls are still the controls. The evidence still has to be there. The policies still need to be generated, reviewed, approved, and linked to real statuses. None of that changes. But the experience of doing that work can feel more grounded, more recognizable, and frankly, more respectful of the people doing it. That's why this page exists, not as a side feature, but as a way of saying your compliance workspace should support your organization's identity from the very beginning. From the first login to the final audit countdown, it should feel like your space. Good luck and begin your compliance journey.